What's up, Flute players? It's your homie C-Rod, and in today's video, I'm gonna be counting down the top 10 most broken banned cards in Dragon Ball Super. So let's get straight into the number 10. And we have Objection. Objection, how we used to do it in our old throwback videos. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys watch us from back then. But yeah, we got Dabbing Jocko right here, and this card is the number 10th card in the list because of its simple yet so effective ability of an activate main, where you get one card from your hand and place it as an energy. And this card right here will allow you to ramp up onto your opponent, giving you an extra energy, which is almost like having an extra turn above your opponent. And for that reason, this card got number 10 and it got banned. The number 9th card on the list is Android 21, and the reason I'm giving Android 21 the number 9 spot is because of the fact that it has the auto that when you play this card, you're able to get all your opponent's cards and energy that are not dual color and place them into their decks, pretty much nuking the entire field as soon as she comes on board. And this is very, very powerful and very, very like broken, because of the fact that nowadays in Dragon Ball Super, you're actually building decks that are mono colored. So when this card right here actually hits the field, you're gonna die. So this card is the number 9th. So now we are at number 8, and we got Bardock right here. Bardock the Prognator. This card is honestly really unfair, and especially when it was built around the Hirudegarn deck, which was a deck that really abused this card, because this card has swap 2 for 1 energy. You're able to take a life. So what you would do with this card is play it out, take a life, and swap into another swap target that would be able to pressure your opponent. And this card nowadays would still be honestly really broken. So Bardock having the ability to just self-awaken you really fast and swap consistently deserves the number 8th spot. And if you're enjoying this top 10 list, feel free to leave me a like right now. Just hit that button and subscribe for more Dragon Ball Super card game content, and leave me a comment in the comment section below what other top 10 videos you guys would like to see. So now let's move on to the next card. So now we have the number 7th most broken banned card, and it happens to be going to Turlis, the Unstoppable Ghost Warrior. So we got Turlis here for a good reason. This card got banned by Bandai because of its ability to just out pressure your opponent and being able to bring it out for no energies by just sending cards from your drop back into your deck. You're able to bring him out, and he's a dual attack, meaning he's going to be swinging at your opponent 2 times, and it could be very problematic to have this guy nowadays, especially with all the unison cards. This Turlis would just double attack your opponent's unison and ultimately just kill him, and you could spam these guys out. It was semi, but you know, just overall just ban this card. That's the best route because this card is so broken. So for the number 6 card, we got Bad Ring Laser. I really loved this card. I really abused this card at the tournaments before it got its ultimate hype. But Bad Ring Laser was the first counter, meaning when your opponent activates a negate, you could activate Bad Ring Laser and negate the negate, allowing your attack to go through, and then you could add a double strike Champa out of nowhere to push for game if they are at 2 lives. Honestly, Bad Ring Laser was so darn broken, and if you have the right deck, a well-placed Bad Ring Laser would ultimately just get you the game. And that's why Bad Ring Laser made the list. So now we got to the 5th most broken banned card, and it happens to be the legendary Flute. And this legendary Flute right here is insanely broken. I do not know who thought about creating this card, but let me tell you what this card does. For no energies, as you guys can see, you're able to just activate this card and bounce one of your 1-drops back to your hand and draw a card. This turned out to be very problematic, especially when you bring out 1-drops that can actually pressure your opponent, and then you just activate this card and bounce it back to your hand and play it out again and pressure your opponent, and you get a draw. This is a card that definitely should have never been made. So we made it to the number 4th most broken card that got banned in Dragon Ball Super, and it happened to be a Child's Wish. And this card was honestly the whole reason why the Wish mechanic and the Wish leaders like Shenron were so darn strong, because this card was being spammed by people that would play Wish decks, and this card has a crazy ability to bring back to life from the drop area a battle card with 15k power and an energy cost of 3 or less and play it. And there are so many broken 15k battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less that when they come out, they continue a broken chain of events, and for that reason a Child's Wish just got banned, because being able to revive almost anything that's 15k power or less was just considered overpowered. And ever since then, the Wish leaders have been MIA, and they all honestly are useless. So they need to definitely make a new Wish card like a Child's Wish, but maybe not as broken. So now we are reaching the top 3 most broken, and honestly, to make this list, it was very difficult because all these cards are broken in some sort of way. That's why they got banned. But if you guys agree with my list, feel free to comment in the comment section below and tell me if you would switch some of the cards or not. I really want to know what your top broken cards, maybe your top 3 most broken banned cards are, because everybody has their own opinions and I want to see what you're thinking. So now let's move on to number 3. So the number 3 spot goes to Unwavering Solidary Shugesh. And Shugesh was so darn broken. This card is so darn broken. Let me tell you what it does. It's a super combo, so you could only run 4 in a deck, but then they ended up semi-limiting it, but then they ended up just overall banning it because of its auto, that when you combo this card, you're able to play out a battle card that happens to be a Saiyan with an energy cost of 3 or less in your hand onto the field. And honestly, anything that comes out for free in Dragon Ball Super card game, meaning you don't have to pay any energy to actually bring it out, is really darn broken. And Shugesh was able to bring out a Saiyan card, and there are a lot of freaking Saiyan cards in Dragon Ball Super, that there are so many targets that you would be able to spam out with the Shugesh combo and cause a chain of events that would extend your plays above and beyond, that was just ultimately unfair for your opponent. So Shugesh, I wanted to give it higher, but I ended up giving it number 3. So number 2 is Gogeta, a Hero Revived. I ended up giving Gogeta number 2 because of its ability to just come out onto the field with ease, because it does have barrier and deflect, and it's 30k power, and it's triple strike, and you're able to bring it out turn 5 by activating the Son Goku and Vegeta Union Fusion, where you fuse a Goku and Vegeta, bring it out, and then if you happen to have 10 cards in the drop area, guess what this guy does? He destroys your hand by forcing you to get all cards in your hand back into the deck, and you're gonna only draw 3 cards. So it leaves you with just 3 cards in hand to defend a triple strike 30k card that has barrier, meaning if you draw some card that could remove this guy, it has barriers, so you won't be able to remove it with an effect. So this Gogeta Hero Revives was just an ultimate boss card. It was the epitome of the king of the blue boss cards in Dragon Ball Super, but unfortunately it got banned. So now I'm gonna give you my number 1 most broken card in Dragon Ball Super that should have never been out, but it was out for a while until it was the only thing being played by everybody that Bandai had to ban it. But before that, let's do some runner-ups that I wanted to add on the list, but unfortunately, I just couldn't make space. So here they are. So I really wanted to add Zeno Button in the list, which is a counter attack. When your opponent attacks, you can activate this and then restand all your blue energies to active mode. And that right there was so darn broken defensively, because guess what? Now you have all your blue energy back up to be able to combo out of attacks or negate. This card definitely wanted to make the list, but I just couldn't add. Also, another runner-up happened to be Unyielding Spirit Trunks. This card, I wanted to add it to the list, but I just couldn't find space. Every other card in this list was just so much power. Like, they were so strong. I couldn't find a way to add this card in the list, so I wanted to make a runner-up. This card, when you combo, you restand one of your blue energies back to active mode, and this card could just non-stop extend your blue plays, which made it really powerful. And you know, Bandai ended up banning it, especially with all the new invoker abilities. So those were the cards I really wanted to add on the list, but I just couldn't make space. So now let's talk about the number 1 most broken card in Dragon Ball Super, and that card is Son Goku. Obviously, the most broken card in Dragon Ball Super has to be Goku, right? And it is, because Goku, not only in the anime, is broken, in the card game, he's just as broken. Let me tell you what this guy does. He has an activate main where you're able to place 1 card from your hand in the drop area, and if you have no energies, you're able to start off with 2 energies by taking 2 lives and placing them in your energy. That right there not only would allow you to awaken really fast, but you start off with 2 energies. That's crazy, but it's not even done yet. When you awaken, you draw 2 cards, and then he gets even more broken. This is him awakened. Heightened Evolution, Super Saiyan 3, Son Goku. Like I said, he becomes even more broken when he is awakened, and that is no lie. He has a permanent that you could only have a maximum of 6 energies, and that's it. That's the limitations of SS3 Goku, but it doesn't even matter because most cards don't even require 6 energies to bring out, so that doesn't even hinder the leader. This guy has an auto that at the end of your turn, you're able to choose 3 of your energies and switch them back to active mode. That right there is insane. They did make a remake of this guy, which hinders his ability to restand any energy. You have to restand only blue energy with the new leader, but this guy lets you restand any energy when you end your turn. So you could utilize all 6 energies with no downfall defensively, because you're going to restand 3 at the end of your turn. That right there is so darn nuts, and for that reason, everybody was playing SS3 Goku. Tournaments, that's all you would see. Friendly games, that's all you would see. SS3 was the man. And Bandai was like, no, we're the man, and they banned this guy. And that's pretty much my entire list. So if you enjoyed my top 10 banned cards in Dragon Ball Super, feel free to leave me a like, subscribe, let me know what your number one most broken card in Dragon Ball Super card game is, and also let me know if you guys actually used any of these banned cards or you witnessed the brokenness of these banned cards. And I'm gonna end the video like that, and like we always say, y'all stay super.
Always pull up with my Android 18. Broly and Cell, all in my team. Guess you could call me the #1 fiend. Double strike crit.